The
What's
producer,
up?
our Trey
How y'all doing?
Wiz.
How y'all doing?
Good. How
Trayvon
are
Gray,
you?
I'm
yes,
good, y'all. I'm
absolutely.
good.
It's good. Good to see you.
And my favorite person coming up. Go ahead and introduce her. Go ahead, Roy. Go fix your glasses.
Absolutely,
I see you in the background.
Go
Fix
absolutely.
your
ahead.
glasses.
Hold on.
Our own. Well, she's one of my
Wow.
heroes. She's one of my
Mhm.
heroes. She is a phenomenal woman, and listen, to say the least, I just can't tell you enough. She's gonna tell you more. But I am privileged. We are privileged, should I say, to
So
love her
glad to
and
have you
know
back.
her, and glad
Yeah.
to have her with us tonight. She's always in there in the trenches with us, from
Mm-hmm.
beginning to the end, and we're just happy to
For
have her
real.
tonight. This is our Shiro, my own, and she calls me Pam Pam. I love you, Alva, our chef Alva of the Hummingbirds. She's got a lot more hot stuff coming at you today.
Hey,
She's gonna
what's
talk
going on?
about
What's
Hey,
going on,
hey.
Chef?
What's
That's
going
this
on?
is
yeah.
First,
chef.
let me
This
say
is
what a
our chef
wonderful
Alva.
introduction. And
We
thank
love you like no other girl, as God
Glad to
does.
thank you
see
so
you.
much
Absolutely,
for that. And I'm
Yeah.
glad
absolutely,
to know that
absolutely.
you like me that much.
Of course, yeah. Of
No, we
course. I
love
was happy
you.
to have you back, and we
Yes,
love you.
Alva, Trayvon,
Love you. And I
Trayvon
miss you.
talks about you all the time.
Thank
We
you.
all talk about you. You really are phenomenal, and you have so much to
Oh,
give that people don't even know. Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Whoever you are, wherever you are, welcome to Just Stop It. This is the Just Stop It show, and we are just so happy just to be together another Sunday night, another day in May, and we've got a good one for you tonight. And let me tell you, this is like tonight's JTI vibe is on the move, and we're just glad that you joined us tonight. We had some little ups and downs there with Facebook on last week, but that's okay. Here we are in a whole new recovery, in a whole new period, and we're going to share some stuff with you later on tonight. But tonight we've got our very own chef Alva in the house. Alva, the rebirth of Alva of the Hummingbirds LLC, in the house tonight, sharing her journey, sharing her her amazing, I have to say, metamorphosis, the butterfly effect, sharing how things happen and how she's reset and how she's moving forward. And we're going to talk more on that. And before we move further, and actually tonight, another jewel tonight is exclusive. This is an exclusive interview with the one and only Alva, the rebirth of Alva. So, and we also have our Trayvon Wiz in the house. Alva right there. There she goes. There
hi,
she
everyone.
is.
Hello, hello, hello.
Absolutely. Back at you.
Yes.
And we've got our media producer in the house, Trayvon, the Whiz Kid,
Hello,
in the house
everybody. How you
tonight.
doing? Hey, Chef. Hey, Professor. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Absolutely. So we've got Alva in the house, shaking it down tonight, hailing from the Boogie Down Bronx in another part now.
Yep. And the boogie down Queens. No, in
In
Queens
the Boogie
style.
Down
Yeah.
Queens,
In
yeah.
Queens. I said
Oh,
I came back home because I'm from Queens Village from 12 years
absolutely.
old. Raised from the
Wow.
Queens Village from the age of 12. Yeah.
My God, my God, that is amazing. From one place, one transition to another. I tell you that,
Yeah.
our roots is wherever God plants us,
That's
and we
right.
grow and develop wherever God plants us. That's home. And
That's right.
sometimes the homestead changes. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay. And we grow
Mm-hmm.
and develop from there. And we're
That's right.
just so proud of your journey and the transformation. And here we are together, sharing and shining those things with us. And listen, listeners, don't be afraid to chime in later on, at and not at Facebook, at YouTube. We'll share the link with you guys earlier on. And we also have our phenomenal Shannon Grace Chappelle, our opulent one, is absent tonight. May not be absent, may be absent in the body, but not in spirit. She is, we are praying with her. And Shannon, I know if you're listening and watching tonight, we love you like no other, as God does. We miss you. We miss you.
Yes,
And because
yes,
that apple doesn't fall, Trayvon is the apple of that tree. And that apple doesn't fall far from that amazing,
yes.
phenomenal tree, Shannon Grace Chappelle, our own opulent one. And he is, and Trayvon is with us tonight, still holding it down, helping us to hold it down, still advocating for good mental health in the media. So yeah, here we are at a pivotal point of your life, Alva. And before
Yes.
we even move further, just want to share a friendly disclaimer. We got to cover our ankles. You know what they say in HRA, cover your ankles, cover your neck, whatever part is out, cover yourself with a disclosure.
Okay.
So we have a friendly disclaimer. The information in our videos is not intended nor implied to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Now tonight, this is an exclusive. We're talking about an amazing hue of God who is sharing her life with us and also will be sharing more to it and get through good and pinpointing good mental health support. And we're with her on that. And we're talking about specifically tonight, she's going to share the specifics. And we just want to just share with you that our graphics, images, and information contained in our videos is for general information purposes only and cannot and will not ever replace consultation with your medical professional or additional professionals. God placed us here to do so many things, to consult, to in the professional, as professionals in this line of business and more. And it can only happen, our best selves, being our best can only happen with the right people. And
Yes.
Alva, you're one of them. You are
Thank
definitely
you.
one of them.
Glory
So
be to God.
now, here we are in the JTI vibe. And I just need to share this little thing with you because, we got to pop in a little scripture there. Because we know that God is the author and finisher of anything. He can start it. He writes a script.
That's right.
We are co-authors. We are co-writers. I'm just saying.
Yes.
So here's a little something that just made me mindful of who we are in life. Isaiah chapter 41:9 says, I pulled you from all over the world, called you from every dark corner of the earth, telling you, you are mine, you belong to me, you're serving on my side. And this verse just made me mindful of us, Alva. It made me mindful of you because it emphasizes that God chose you and you weren't selected based on your location, based on your status, based on your circumstances, but by his grace and purpose. He selected you and you answered the call. And for that, we are very happy. We are very happy because it's your ultimate relationship with him and how you seek his advice, you seek his following, and it's a role that you play in the grand narrative of it all. And we're just glad that you answered the call.
Yes,
all
yes,
right.
yes.
Well
Hallelujah.
said.
Just had to pop that in there for all the little Sunday folks. Listen, Alva ain't. This is not basic. This is simple, but there's nothing basic about any of us on this journey. So yeah, just had to pop that in there right there because you popping.
It's a good pop. It was tremendous. Well said. Well said.
No, that's right.
Absolutely.
And I to add on to that, that is nothing to take for any man or woman to be boastful about or to get their chest puffed up. It's a serious thing. It's a real thing. And we should stay humble within it all. But
Yeah,
it's good to hear, to me, and it should be for anyone else, for people
absolutely.
to speak in that way about another. It makes us feel good in the seat, know that, oh, okay, our seat is good. It gives
Mm,
human to human confirmation
Understood.
of what
mm-hmm,
God has
mm-hmm.
already told us and given us. It
Absolutely,
keeps us,
absolutely.
and those who really perceive it, I'm going to say accurately, it keeps us focused on what we are doing. It keeps us at that level of the expectations based upon what you said. So it's like
Absolutely.
this is who I am, this is who I've shown who I am, this is who I must maintain to be that
Absolutely.
of who I am according to God.
Yes.
I
There's
According
like
to
no
that.
God.
room, right?
Yes.
There's no room for play. Stumbles may
Uh,
happen and will, and
uh-huh.
I always say, I pray they don't.
Right,
I'm ready
right.
to I want to be rid of the stumbles while I'm still living and breathing in this
Yeah.
thing.
Yes, yes,
So,
absolutely, Alva.
yes,
Absolutely.
but
It happens, but he gave you some support so you
yeah,
won't
yeah,
stumble any further. So you
yeah.
won't stumble
So
any further.
that's
Uh-huh.
right. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
like about that, and I'm willing to keep myself held up and grow up to those standards each and every moment of my life. Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
exciting that way.
Yes, it is. Every moment is exciting. So,
Mhm.
if you would, we just this is just so amazing. If you would share with us your personal experiences in, we just gonna dive right in.
Mhm.
Can you tell us about your journey and how it came into being, how things evolved, how the hummingbirds. First of all, for
Mhm.
those who are watching tonight, uh, this is the CEO of the Hummingbirds LLC, and just share with our viewers a little bit of background and how you evolved, how things evolved, and how you came to this amazing place.
Mm. Well, after living a life of freedom on my own terms, if you understand, and somewhat a little bit risque in certain areas in life, and not so risque um, intimately or even promiscuously. So and becoming a mother, raising children, always family orientated, only married once, but so after a life of that, and it took all the way to my early 40s to
Mm,
where my body started to get really, really sick.
mm.
And I didn't know why. I didn't even understand it, because even at this point, I'm in my valley, what I call the deep valley situation. I happen to get incarcerated. So I'm
Oh,
in this
wow.
private place of steel, I think I said one time on your show.
Yes, 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 you
And
did. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and my body, I was just having all types of issues. So the
Wow.
issues turned out that they told me what it was. And at that
Mm-hmm.
time, so we're looking at 2010, 2011, they said,
Mm,
you have AIDS. I said, what?
mm,
I have what?
mm.
And then I
Wow.
just couldn't breathe.
I know.
And
Understood.
it was known that I only had that disease, AIDS, HIV, is based upon your viral load. It attacks your whole immune system. So it
Mm-hmm.
breaks it down. So your body, your immune system, and that's important for us. It fights off the things we need to fight off: germs, diseases, and all that jazz, colds, bacteria, viruses. So I was, and
Understood.
then, huh?
No, I said understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
And
Yes,
then they
yes,
look at
yes.
your T cells. And then there's another thing called the if I might hope I get it right, CD4 count. My T cells,
Mm-hmm.
that's how they measure how strong your immune system. My T cells were like 6,
Wow,
going down.
wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
at
Yeah.
6,
Wow.
my immune system has nothing to fight off anything. So I'm being
Wow.
told that I can't breathe. I've literally experienced like 5 minutes. I'm sitting there in
Mm.
the medical office looking at the nurse, and I just can't breathe. And she's talking to me. And then she starts to
Wow.
prepare, like I see a bag or something in case if I really, she needs to get me, because I'm actually starting
Uh-huh.
to hyperventilate
Right.
too.
You're feeling faint. Yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I just couldn't
Uh-huh.
believe it. So now I'm like,
Exactly.
okay, so I'm in this place, a little short-term visit, supposed to be six
Mm.
month visit in this place. I didn't get out until close to 9 months. But okay, so I might be dying in here. Wow.
Wow.
I couldn't even
fathom that. Yeah,
So
yeah. Because everything was
already
hitting
though,
you at the same
yeah.
time.
So already though, prior to finding out this diagnosis, I mean, I got so sick. Let me just say this: I couldn't even be a good inmate. Like I couldn't get up
Wow.
according to protocol and make up my bed in time to get out to have our breakfast. I couldn't do it.
You were
But
weak.
anyway,
Body
yeah,
was
very
weak.
weak. I could only take
Oh,
like 3
God.
steps. My body broke down that bad. I could take 3 steps and I had to stop to breathe. It felt like a
Wow.
constant mat truck on my chest. And
Absolutely.
then it was so much going on. But prior to that, I had already decided, I had already surrendered because I'm in that place. I couldn't believe it. So my philosophy was, my family always say something, you're crazy. And they want
Mm,
me to do things that they say will help me according to
mm,
their way. If I
mm.
don't, then everyone's all upset. I don't feel like I'm crazy. Maybe a crazy gene is in it, but I manage it. And I'm living my life, but I
That's all
shouldn't be
right.
right. But I shouldn't be in
Uh-huh.
here now. I'm saying to
Absolutely.
myself, no, something is really wrong. You ain't managing nothing because you let
Hmm.
them get you in here.
Wow.
So part of my responsibility is some things transpired in my life and how I was doing things or handling things. I let that door open for the law to come in, and
Uh-huh.
unlike regular Commonwealth states are something else. You open that door, they coming and they keep coming and they looking under everything and everywhere, and it's almost like dictatorship, you
Uh-huh.
know.
Uh-huh.
So
Yes,
that's
yes,
kind of what
yes.
happened. So it was a snowball effect going on and on. But I took
Wow.
responsibility, like because of certain things concerning me that should not been concerning me. That
Mm-hmm.
door they came open, they got in, and there it is. But this
Wow.
is also bamboozled. So, but I shouldn't be in here. So I
Mm-hmm.
gave up on myself.
Mm.
And I thought of definitely things of different messages, like people coming to my door with the gospel. And I was going to church here and there. I had
Uh-huh.
visited, I had surrendered. Like I was on that path, but I
Yeah, yeah.
was still me on the
Absolutely.
flesh. So after that, I just surrendered. I
Mm-hmm.
literally fell down. I give up. I give up on
Uh-huh.
me because there's
Mm.
no way I should be in here. And if I'm here,
Mm.
it could get worse. So
Wow.
I was tremendously concerned.
Of course, of course.
So
And no
from that,
support. No support
yes,
there.
yes.
That part, no support.
Well, and I can't. I won't say I didn't have support because my family is
Mm.
tremendous. But I'm the baby, and everybody you got the family that supports you, want it their way. You should do this. We
Uh-huh.
know you
That's
don't.
not easy. That's
Not
not
easy at
easy.
all.
That's not easy. Uh-uh,
Right,
not at all. Uh-huh.
right. So I don't know. A day or two later, whatever that was in this place, I felt my salvation actually come into manifestation.
My God,
I
my
had
God.
the experience in my sleep of someone really rubbing me from my head and my hair to my
Mm.
shoulder. And
Mm.
I couldn't believe. And I just said, oh, Jesus is real.
Ah. Uh-huh.
Jesus
Uh-huh.
is
And you
real.
know it was just you there. Uh-huh.
Yes,
So you know
yes.
he sent
So,
the angel. Absolutely.
yes, yes. So
Mm-hmm.
since then, I just like a lot of us have, a lot of human beings, I made promises to God that I will do. I knew what church I was going to go to, which is a church that I had already visited. It was
Mm-hmm.
a lot of spiritual his glory, glorified things going on while I was in that place.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things that he let me see of that is evil and not good. The presence of the devil in that place. You
Uh-huh.
know.
Uh-huh.
So
Standards,
I'm
the standards that people live
Feel
by.
that.
yes,
Uh-huh.
I
And
yes,
accept.
feel
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's
exactly,
how that's
exactly.
how it happened. That's how they
He
slip up.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
he let me see myself from the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was awake sometimes when
Mm.
the vision or the thought would come. I was sleeping at times, or I was just resting in meditation close, and I could, and I don't even remember that. God, I did that. I said that, but I could
Uh-huh.
see it was me.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm watching. It's a movie that he's giving me of myself of the past, present,
Mm.
and those that I'm here with, which are the other
Wow.
women. So I
Wow.
said I bought a ticket to watch this play for what, 6 months, and I'm out of here, and I'm not
Uh-huh.
returning.
Understood. To watch this play. That's
Yeah,
a
and I'm
good
not
one. To watch
returning.
this play. Yeah, to
That's
watch this script.
That's right.
Exactly.
We watch
Yes,
we watch
yes.
entertainments, right? We watch
Mm-hmm.
movies, we read books, we watch
Mm-hmm.
plays, and we take it in. So that's
Wow.
what I meant by that, just how you received it. To watch this play,
Exactly.
to watch
Yeah.
this script, and
Mm-hmm.
remember this script, because this script
Yes.
shall not happen again. But whatever
Exactly.
else in this script that I'm getting, I don't know necessarily what to do with it. But I
Mm.
had a sense that there is something to do with it, because I started writing again while I was in there. I was sleeping. God was giving me dreams. I had a song, and I don't know what
Mm.
happened to it. I had
Wow.
a lot of writings, but God was giving me things, and I would get up. I was on the top bunk, wake up just slightly, so I know, but I'm still part sleep, and go get down, go to the desk where I kept the pen and paper or pencil and paper,
Mm.
and wrote, like kind of with my
Mm-hmm.
eyes closed, a whole, and the kind of then peekaboo. But I allow myself, along with him, to stay
Mm-hmm.
in this trance. So look, when
Ah.
you say co-creators, which I didn't understand back then, but I'm learning now more in
Mm-hmm.
depth of what that is. That was him in that moment with me, and I'm his co-creator. That is that,
Absolutely.
because
Absolutely.
I couldn't fully wake up because it would leave me. So I stayed in a type of the middle zone, if you will,
Mm.
and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and wrote these things down. I had poems,
Absolutely.
a couple of poems and stuff I still have, but I with
You
those
know,
things.
that's therapy. That's
Yes,
therapy.
yes.
That was
So
serious therapy. Mm-hmm.
yes, so he was waking up the gifts and talents in me. He was
Yes.
waking them up, leading me that way, and through the pen and through my voice, because then I was in there singing. And the
Mm.
babies loved it.
All
Sometimes
right.
they ask me, sing, sing. But I can sing.
All right.
And I'll be singing. Sometimes some of them, get that tongue. Would you be quiet? But I was
Uh-huh.
singing to myself. I had the music. I listened to the gospel. I started to go to
Wow.
every ministry that I could, whenever I could. And
Mm.
so that was the part. So I knew when I get home by my birthday of that next year, because I
Wow.
was coming home like near the end of the year, I was going to go to this church that had already gone to. I saw the
Mm-hmm.
article of the pastor while I was in this place, and there was a write up about all of who he is and his accolades and his journey as the man of God. And
Mm-hmm.
I cried, and I said,
Wow.
"Okay, Father God, I'm going. I'm going. I know where to go. This is where you sent
Mm-hmm.
me." That's my home church
Mm-hmm.
up in the Poconos, Jesus the Christ Church. Awesome
Uh-huh.
angel and teacher of that church. He's now gone to laid to rest.
Wow.
And that's
Wow. He was a
his
part of
name.
your journey.
Yeah,
Mm.
his name is let me get all the title. Bishop,
Yes, yes.
Pastor, Reverend William Earl Lee.
All
Yeah.
right.
And
All right
it was
now.
tremendous. And it was a short moment that I was under the tutelage of him. But it was like I knew I was sent there, because everything that he said, it's
It
like
was
I
in
need it.
place.
It would nourish me. I just
Mm-hmm.
took it. And things
Yes.
he said that I wasn't saying, I adapted his way of saying, and I understood exactly
Mm.
what he meant by it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
Absolutely.
lot of things of kinship that we had, and then
Yes.
understanding when God places us, that's the thing that we should be really looking for. Not
Absolutely.
looking at human to human of our flesh and all
Mm-hmm.
the wrong things. It's good to see
Mm-hmm.
the wrong, but
Yeah.
not to
Yeah.
focus and pick on it. We must
Exactly.
encourage and elevate one another from our wrongs, but to watch the kinship, even if it's something not so good in kinship that you have in another fellow human being or saint, help each other, lift each other up. So that's what I did, while I was there. And I
Exactly.
just took in a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. And
Absolutely.
yeah, it was awesome.
Oh my
So
God, the
yeah,
nurturing that God, the nurturers that God placed in your life. Because what the scriptures say, one waters, you like planting, one plants,
ooh,
another one
yes,
waters,
yes,
another one
yes,
nourishes. I mean,
nourishes,
that's a part of the kinship.
yes,
You
and
know, to that's how we grow among
right,
each other.
right,
So yes,
and
you
it's
were in
so
an amazing
important.
place.
Right, and it's so important to absorb it the way God says we should, through His Word,
Yes,
because
yes, Albert.
it like I said, that was it was a moment. I felt like I absorbed so much from that bishop than some of the saints that had been there.
Wow, for a
The
long
long
time.
time.
Yeah, for such a long time, because you were open to growth.
Yes.
You weren't stagnated by your own. I have to say, sometimes people become stagnated by their own temptations, by their
Yes.
own mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
And the sweet part about it too, Alba, you became accountable. God helped you to become
Absolutely.
accountable. He helped, and he
Absolutely.
gave you the kind of support in each level. You were leveling up
Yes.
in with
Yes.
support. And
Yes.
when he said, when we confess our faults
Mm-hmm.
to one another,
Yes.
not just to one another,
Another.
just alone to ourselves, and then we get with other people who can help us to. It's not just
Absolutely.
about the confession. It's about the change. It's
Absolutely.
about the mind shift. It was like a 360-degree
Yeah. Yeah.
that God blessed you with, and more. Look at all of
Mhm.
the things he
Yeah.
blessed you with, to be able to manage and
Mm-hmm.
handle without losing it,
Mm-hmm.
or what
Mm-hmm.
people think is losing it. Some people
Mm-hmm.
think you, like you said, like you on a crazy tip, but
Yeah.
you're just different.
Right.
You're just
And then,
different, and you do things differently.
right. Yet sometimes losing it, but
It's
having a
okay
way
too.
out when
Mm-hmm.
you do lose it, and that is
Yeah.
God. That
Yeah.
is Jesus. Go
Yeah.
to that way out because you need it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to still keep losing it when you have the responsibility of whatever that is that you have.
Exactly. So you move into, like King David. He lost it a couple of times. God showed grace. God showed grace and
Yes.
mercy, and
Yes.
made him one of the greatest leaders among all
Mhm.
time, and also
Mhm.
giving us an example on what to do, what to expect, and what not to expect in
Right.
the era that we're living in. God blessed you. What is that?
Right.
2010, you say? That was
Yes. Yeah.
2010, and here we are,
Yes.
2024.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
many things have happened. The era that we living in is just, this is a world of sheer wickedness.
Mhm.
However, you made the difference, and you're still making a difference, Alba. And
Yes.
for this, we
Yes.
thank you again. We thank you for answering the
Yes.
call, because here we are. Here you are, being able
Yes.
to teach people to understand and comprehend. Listen, this is what it is. Some people don't know what it is, and this is how you manage. This is how you deal
Mhm.
with it. And knowing, like you said, every situation is different, and it cannot be handled the same way, because no one thing is a replica of another. This is
That's right.
how
That's right.
amazing we are. We cannot be replicated. Our
Mhm.
our our principles, our strategies can't even be replicated. It's different
Yeah.
every time.
Yes.
So this is just, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
And Kenya, and also this is super inspiring for those of you maybe who you just came in, maybe you just popped in on YouTube. Alva is shining a light on inspiring. She's inspiring us as individuals, making a difference. That's the thing. She made a difference. She's still making a difference. This is what we're here for, to make a difference. And she's defining her path to leadership, she's made significant strides, and still making significant strides in supporting women living positively with HIV. That
Yes.
part, it could have devastated you, Alva, to the brink of suicide. It could have it
Mm.
it could have devastated you,
Mhm.
because so
Mhm.
many have. It has devastated them to the brink. I notice I said the brink. It didn't do it, but maybe they I have to say, I've heard so many have been on teetering with suicide, to kill
Yes.
themselves, and they've gone into so many other areas, drugs,
Mhm.
abusing their mind, abusing their heart, abusing their bodies, and saying, listen, this is not worth it. I can't manage it. And how you say,
Mhm.
you just felt like your breath was leaving you. Something
Yeah.
like that. You
Yeah.
can't even find the words.
Yeah.
And it takes Christ to come in and give you that new life, new mind, to
Mhm.
shift the atmosphere in your life, and say, yes, all right,
Yes.
this is what
Yes.
it is. Then this is what we gonna do. He comes,
Yes.
and he gradually, like a newborn baby. That's why today this is the rebirth of Alva, like a
Well,
newborn baby.
let me say this, Pam.
Yes.
while in that place, once I was
Mm-hmm.
able to really allow myself to relate of what's happening to me, I asked God, I said, I can still get emotional today. Don't
Yeah.
take me here. I
Mm.
use his word. I beseech,
Yeah.
don't take me in this place.
Mm.
Let me get
Absolutely.
home.
Mm-hmm.
And not for my sake, for my family's
Right.
sake, for my
Right. Right.
kids, for my
Wow.
mother, for my sisters, my
Yeah.
aunts, my uncles,
Yeah.
and my first and second cousins, if you will. Those that
Yes.
that bunch
Mm-hmm.
at least,
Mm-hmm.
because they will not know what
Yeah. What
happened.
happened to
They
you?
will be
Yeah.
devastated.
Yeah.
Don't
That
do it
part.
to them. If it's happening
Yes.
to me, just let it be
Mm.
me. But let me get
Mm-hmm.
home so I can
Yeah.
embrace them and talk to them.
My God. My
And
God.
he did
That's
that,
true.
but I didn't die, but I went home prepared.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Already,
Yes, you
I
did,
was in
Alpha.
the place prepared. And I know now
Wow.
I'm going to get home. Even the nurse advocated for me, the head nurse in there.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Wow.
going to talk to, and I was surprised. All of these things, she said, I'm going to talk to the warden because they
Uh-huh.
need for you to get out of here to go. I said, really? You'll do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh,
Mm.
thank you
Look
so
at
much
that.
because I can't die in here.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, Alpha.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so she did, and it kind of sort of didn't work, but maybe it did because I didn't know when the officer was when the roll call came to call my name to say I was getting out. The CO that day knew it, so it was just tremendous how things went. And I did go home, obviously, and
Absolutely.
I went home
Absolutely.
under care and go and had the facility set up where I would go for my care and medicine, and some of them I were allergic to initially. Then they found a decent cocktail, but no one knew. The medicine is great. The medicine is great,
Yeah.
is what they're saying, and it is. But we have to
Mm-hmm.
see if it works for you. So I was
Wow.
home day to
Wow.
day for about, I'm gonna say, up to 3 months, not knowing if I'm gonna live. The
Wow.
day that my numbers went up, and I think maybe that was 6 months down, and my numbers showed like were getting that had hit 250. And then because once you get to 500, anything below 500 or
Wow.
is AIDS category, definitely 250 and up. Your
My
T
God.
cells can go back up, and then you're now HIV. So when that
Wow.
happened, I jumped around the house. I got off the phone, but I'm gonna live. I went around and hugged
Uh-huh.
everybody. I said,
Exactly.
my sister, what is going
Your
on? I'm
immune
gonna
system.
live.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
live.
My God. My
Yeah,
God.
so that was
My
that.
God. We
And
just
I've
thank
just been
God
on
for
the
that.
journey. Yeah.
People are in the studio. They are our viewers, our lady Margaret, my big sister Margaret, Dr. K in the house, and others, Ariel in the house. They are just chiming in, and they are just like, thank goodness, and they support you. They're just
Oh,
glad to
thank
just
you.
witness the blessing that God has bestowed on you
Mhm.
as you speak. And yeah, and we just thank everybody for shining tonight with
Oh,
our
Roy
chef
Simmons.
Alva.
Hey, Roy.
And yeah, this is just phenomenal. And again, for those who tonight, for those who are watching, for those who are listening, this is super
Mhm.
inspiring. And I
Yeah.
know those who are watching tonight, I know you feel inspired. I know you got some stories to share, and I know you have some experiences. Tonight, we know for sure that tonight you will walk away with more. I have to say, God always equips us with the tools that we need to live by. And tonight, you will walk away with more tools to live by and more tools to share with others. Because, like you said, Alva, it's about sharing. God gave you the opportunity,
Yes.
He released you. He
Mhm.
released you in spirit,
Yes.
physically, and mind, everything. He released you. Now that's freedom.
Mhm. I
That's
like
freedom.
that.
What the scripture say,
When you
he
said,
that the
did you
Lord
just say
sets free.
freedom?
Freedom.
Oh,
He freed you. He
yes.
freed you to
That's why I
share
said
your story.
when you said he released you,
He
and I
released you. He
said, I
freed you.
like that. And then I heard you say freedom
He
because
freed
I
you.
just
That's what freedom
realized
looks like.
that, yes, that's the freedom. When God gives you that, you don't have to worry about what this one say or what this one thinks.
Exactly.
You just sit right here and with me. You rest
That's
in
right.
me because there
That's
you are
freedom.
free. and
Yes, that's
go.
freedom.
Go,
That's
hummingbird,
freedom.
go.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's the hummingbird. You got to give us you got to share the lowdown on the hummingbird too, because
Yeah.
we know it pollinates. Hummingbirds pollinate.
Yes.
They are so resourceful, but they
Yeah.
also bring life. You are
Yes, they
bringing
do.
life and helping
Yes.
others to live beyond HIV,
Mhm.
beyond the condition, to
Yes.
also manage their bodies, manage
Mhm.
the immune system, manage. It's
Yes.
about management. They can live through it and live to tell it and
That's
be the
right.
phenomenal hummingbird being pollinator of God's creation as they need to be. So this
That's
If
again,
I
right.
wasn't
this
holding my
is
phone,
like
I would give you a round of applause.
What's that, Trey?
I said if I wasn't holding my phone, I would give you a round of
Brother
applause.
Moore.
yes, Trey.
I'm happy
Yes,
to
Trey.
Thank
listen.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
Thank
happy to
telling
you.
you,
listen.
yes, Trey.
And
This is
one
just
thing
wow.
I just want to let you know that Chef Alva, you do have, I think, some of your, because they're first time watchers from what I remember. You have Athamus 1147. He said sometimes we have to lose it in order to find ourselves.
Yes, I
Mhm.
saw that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I
Mhm.
want to
Let me
make sure that we
respond to
acknowledge and
that,
receive that.
please.
Sure,
Um,
of
Yes.
course.
I like that, and I agree, because when we were talking about that, what is his name, Alchemist? I
Yes.
wanted to also say, and then you said it in your wording, it's good to lose yourself sometime. It's really let if you're in God, because God will let you get it out, almost like get it out. Go ahead and get it
Right.
out.
Yeah,
Get
get
it
it out your
out and be
soul.
done. And be done with it. Because you
Mhm.
can't go but so far with that with God anyway. He
Yes,
will let
yeah.
you know. That's it.
Yeah, baggage. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
believe in
Yeah.
being, I
Yeah.
definitely believe in being humbled. I definitely believe in
Yes.
being reset. I
Yeah.
definitely feel like sometimes you need a wake up call.
Yes,
So
we
Yes.
do,
I
Trey.
believe that. I
Mhm.
definitely believe
Yes, we do, Trey. Yes, Trey.
Yes.
And that wake up call, woo. Yes, now that wake up call is amazing. It might be good, bad, ugly, or nasty, but
Yeah.
it's a wake up,
It
and
is.
he meets you, and you begin to meet you in a whole new place.
Amen.
That
Amen.
part is
that's
so
right.
sweet. To
Right.
meet this new you is
That's right.
just is equally sweeter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yes, now Alva, so now you're not just focusing on women living positively with HIV, but also their spouses, their significant others, and family.
Mhm.
Because I heard you mention that about your family, because families and our loved ones are equally affected by our journey, by our
Yes.
circumstances, and
Yes.
they may not understand how it's to be handled. However, you shared with us on how God helped you to handle
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. We're frozen. Frozen for a moment.
holistic support,
Okay.
on how
Mm-hmm.
and the importance on the holistic support that involved the family. We appreciate that, how the share on it, because it
Mm-hmm.
actually helped the family to get through it, through the process too. Because while we're going through that birthing, the family
Yeah,
is also developing and going through the birthing with us, like a mom waiting for the baby. We know, for those who have
that's
had
right.
children, whether it's a natural birth or cesarean, it's
So I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna take her off and I'm gonna let her come back. I didn't want to be on the
Okay.
live in the environment that I'm in because the environment is a little noisy. But we're gonna continue from here. So I just want to say again that I'm happy, number one, to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Happy to
happy
be
for
here.
you to
Thank
have the
you.
time to give your spill in front of your people, whether you want to show, your friends or family or whatever later. But the idea of this was, and I told Chef this. I mean, I'm sorry, not Chef. I told Professor this. All these,
Mhm. Uh-huh.
all these accolades y'all have. I'm sorry, but I told, but I told Professor that I want this to be something that you can take with you. This is not for you to, even for you to share with other people necessarily.
Yes.
We will be honored for you to want to do so, but this is something to be that, I mean, like I called it, the rebirth. I named it the rebirth of
Yeah,
Chef Alva
it's
because this is what that is. It's like a send off into all the things you told us that you have going on. Go
oh
ahead.
wow. Wow.
Yes.
It's important, and it is. I've been on hiatus, and also not so centered. I don't know how to put it without I can't. I'm
Speak your
always
piece.
centered
Say
and
how you want
leading
to
with
say it.
God.
Hmm.
Always centered and leading with God for me. but also trying to figure it out to not deter those who are not believers.
Understood. Because
but
that
now,
matters.
right.
Yes.
But now I know that I can't do it any other way, but be centered and lead with him and tell the people that you come as you are, whoever you are, whatever you are, because we meet each other as we are. Because there's always a message.
Say that.
And also, let me add, I'm really coming to find this is really important. And I want to talk about it. And I want any woman positively with HIV to understand we need to talk and fight for those of us who are having tremendous difficulties with housing or housing situations, because some of us have the housing funding and it's good, but it has its bad components. And what I definitely don't like is when property owners and landlords are saying, yes, I'll take the program, thank you, but then didn't repair or keep up the apartment that people are moving into. And it's just not good.
Exactly. Management. They're not fully supporting it.
Right, exactly.
Just taking the
You can't
funding
do
and not doing their part in the full.
There you go, because you're affecting people's lives and their qualities of life.
Yes, bringing it down.
Now,
it is true, and we advocate for that because we advocate with you for that, Alva, because it happens equally so among mental health, because it's associated. Mental health aspects, it could be a combination of, because they also, those who have HIV, those who have mental health illnesses and of the sort, many times they are preyed upon. The landlords and landowners, they prey upon individuals and they abuse the program, they abuse the funding. And and we agree, we must advocate.
I told my worker, HRA really needs to look at that you are paying these landlords
absolutely
who come under the category of slum landlords to continue with that type of status for tenants. You can't do that. Absolutely. Somebody has to say something, because if they're not going to raise the bar and they want to stay slum lords, they should not be getting this money to move.
Not at all. Absolutely. No. So it's time to go to time for it to go to legislature. It's time for it to go up in the face of legislation.
Is there anything that you can pull out of the hat that you feel like is positive about maybe not that particular movement, but movements because I know there's like-minded people somewhere around the land that are trying to do the same thing, which is get people into better housing. But I know there's some negatives and things you said that you would love to see fixed, and we would all, as a unit, work together to fix. But I want to know, is there anything positive out of this situation, out of any of those movements when it comes to housing and stuff that you?
The positive thing is just to have the program as far as giving money to pay rent, because that's tremendous.
Yeah,
there are some who, everyone's life and trials and tribulations are different. Some can't work ever. Maybe they have other health issues compiled on top of the HIV. Some, it's all situations. So everyone needs to have an adequate roof and four walls, amongst around them and a roof over their head. So that is tremendous that the government does that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we will advocate. We must advocate for better. We thank God for the programs that are in place. We just have to get in between. It's like when you make a good sandwich and you know what you want on your sandwich, you know what you need on the sandwich. And if you don't have it, you're like, I don't know if I want to eat this sandwich. It's like that.
I like that analogy. Yeah.
Every sandwich is different.
I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Chef. I want to know, what would you say? Give me one thing that you would say to those that, because we all know about mental health. You've been on that, which I'm happy to say that you've been on the show before. So some of our talks, some of the things that we get into. Now, I want to ask, what is one thing that you would say to those that might not have made it far or collected an abundance of blessings like you have in your journey? I know it took time to get there. I know you had trials and tribulations, but one thing that you would say to those that aren't there, maybe those that don't see the light, don't get those resources, or trying to find it, you know what I mean? Those that they're just not there.
The light is always here.
Good answer. Good
Yeah.
answer. Good
And for
Yeah.
answer.
many,
That's why I
and
like
really,
you.
yeah, like
Yeah, it's
Jesus
always
is
on.
knocking at the door. The light is
Mm-hmm.
always here. We just
Mm.
have to be willing to see the light. We just have to
Absolutely.
be willing to believe in the light and not all
Absolutely.
this darkness. We have to be willing to come away from a lot of things that we were taught or traumas that we were into, reach out for help, so talk to see how you can relieve yourself, because in each and every one of us is a better you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know that's right.
Absolutely.
Could you tell
Yeah.
us what we would
Yeah.
expect to see on the Hummingbirds LLC, your website?
Oh, yes. So soon to come. When I said the hummingbirds came back home to, well, Evelyn came back home to Queens, and the hummingbirds came back home to
All
Queens, because
right.
I'm gonna take it to, which is really the birth part of the birthing of the hummingbirds, which is a radio station called On the Block Radio Station,
Yes. Yes.
ODBRS. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
looking forward to coming back there to do the hummingbird shows. And I'll
Absolutely.
start out with my Hummingbird Sunday morning humming, which is worship and praise, obviously with the word and music, and always a topic, and they will vary. Yeah,
Absolutely. We look
people.
forward to that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
We look forward
So,
to that, Alva.
and yeah, so I'll be either in the studio or in the nest, which is, I call that my home. Or
Yes.
it could be either or. But if I'm in the studio, then you'll hear me call. People can call in. If I'm in the nest, then you'll have to drop a message or whatever. How they do that on the station designs all of that and sets that up. But yeah, so
Excellent.
and then I'll
Excellent.
gradually spread my wings out to other shows that I have already done on another platform,
As you
and
should.
more.
As you
Yeah,
should. Get
Absolutely.
out there.
Pollinating. That's the
yeah,
pollinating.
yeah.
Yes,
And
the
of
I was
course,
telling
pollination nation.
yeah, of course, I'm gonna have too. Even if starting with Sunday morning humming, whatever HIV awareness days that come up or in the month, and I'll be highlighting those too, or just coming
Absolutely.
on doing a show dedicated to that, because it's very important.
I
Yes, it
was telling
is. Yes, it
Professor that I
is.
would love to be when things get established and you get the grounding of how you, or the rubric rather, of how you want to do things. Rubric, blueprint, whatever it is. But when
Mhm.
you get that part together, I would love to be in addition to the hummingbirds because I have a
Oh
lot to
goodness!
say. It comes when it comes
Absolutely.
to men. You know, you had
Yes.
we had one of the questions for you about men and empowering men as well, because you know it's not on just
Yes,
one side; it's on all sides. So
that's
I would
right.
love to
Yes.
be somebody who
Yeah.
can advocate.
That's
You
right.
know, from it's a lot of those that I know that don't even check into their health overall. So could be suffering from things that they don't know nothing about, whether it be a
Mhm.
physical ailment, whether it be mental health related, whatever it may be. But I would love to be an addition.
Oh,
Definitely,
definitely,
I would love
and
to
I
be.
would love to have you, Trey.
Thank you. No,
Yes.
you
That's
appreciate
like
it.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you
that's
for
a
that.
surprise for me. That's wonderful. Thank you for that. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to
Of
have
course.
you.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. Trey is one
Yes.
of our advocates. He's an amazing young man, and we're
I
very
appreciate
fortunate
that.
to have him. And we thank God for Shannon sharing, you
Yeah.
know, sharing with us
Yeah.
from the very beginning. And then Trey came on with us, and I was like, wow, this is just this is it. This is it. And
I'm
we don't
grateful to
take
have the
anything for
previous experience
granted.
with her. I'm glad we already had you on. So I'm glad it's not the first
Exactly,
time. We
Alva.
already
For
know what,
Yes.
real.
the
Yes.
vibe
Yes.
is.
For
And I know
real.
what your vibe is like. So
Yes.
Yeah.
I waited for this. I waited for this. And I
Yes.
kept
Oh well,
Yes,
telling
he
Professor
yes.
what we're
thank you.
gonna do,
Yes,
what
he
Yeah.
we're gonna
did.
do. But
Yes,
this
he
is that
This
did.
is
time. And I'm
Yes, he did. This is why I wanted to ask to
mhm.
elaborate. I'm glad you mentioned it, Trey, on tooting the horn for men to rise to the occasion. What can you elaborate on that?
myself included,
Because
you
the
know.
yes, because the role of men in their journey and how can they contribute positively? What's your experience? What can you share with our men today
Mm,
to help them in their role in this journey?
mhm. Well, from experience, there's so many sexually transmitted diseases on this land, and were so many before HIV/AIDS even came along.
Mm,
So when do we get, and especially to the men, when do you get to the point to hold yourself accountable for these things in
mm-hmm,
relation to women?
mm-hmm.
Holding yourself accountable to these things is to inquire to a woman of her history with, if has there ever been any sexually transmitted disease, or when is the last time you got checked? And the man, you should have record of yourself for following up, asking that question of her.
Absolutely,
and it's fine if you don't, you can go do it together, or let's go do it individually, and then we check back in with one another.
That's reality.
No one has to tell you what my health issue is.
Exactly.
I don't have to state that. So for me, if I know that I am not contagious to you, even now, the way that we've gotten so far with AIDS, HIV, well, when it's HIV, that you're undetectable, that you can't even pass, and your viral loads are so high, you can't pass the disease along. They're talking about now where you can have unprotected sex. But still, definitely for us, don't be cautious, because you don't want to get double infected.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
It's not even a lot of women, it's not even about you men. It's about us.
Yes, accountability. Yes, because we are the ones who carry the word first, meaning the responsibility, the responsibility of life. Yes.
If I'm taking care of myself, and I know I don't have to tell you, I know that you can't get anything from me. Okay, then we get together, we're relating, we're getting closer, and we get intimate. Let's say it happens that way, sexually intimate. And then down the road, a conversation comes up, and then you find out I'm HIV positive, and then you run. Then the guy is gone.
Wow.
But you never asked me from the beginning. You never asked, not just HIV, you never asked about any type of sexually transmitted. How's my health record on that note? You even came without a condom. You even
if you didn't disclose it, they would not have asked you. If you didn't
exactly, Trey. Exactly, Trey. Yes, yes.
So I'm saying, what is wrong with our men? Y'all are running out here still loosey-goosey. But when I be honest and tell you about me, and you're fine though, you don't know how to, all of a sudden, you should be like that from the onset.
Absolutely. You should be absolutely. Yes, Alva. Yes. That's real time. That's life. That is life. And because this is why we can have long life. We just have to have a smart life. It works best to have a smart life. Things will happen.
Yes.
You're just gonna have to work through it. Ask questions. It's all right. So many people are tied up in tradition, religion, and things, but all of these things is a part of life, is a part of our connection with God, to live a good life of expectancy and standards. We have to. So many people are not dealing with it.
Right, and no one's
exactly.
There's no judgment on it. No one's less than the next.
Not at all.
And no one raised our hand and said, "Oh, let me go get infected today."
Right.
Some people
exactly.
There could be reasons that people get things. Oh, because you lived your life a little more on the edge, or so what? Everybody has a choice of how they live their life. But no one said that we did this. So this is what goes on this land, on this planet that we live in, and we need to think about it that way, so we can better care for each other, one to another that way. But like I said, it's a horrible feeling when a man does that, because this disease has a stigma, and
yes, it is attached to it.
Already stigmatizing ourselves, and I can tell you how many women to this day that I'm still surprised that I have met or meeting that no one knows. No one knows. Like what? So we stigmatize ourselves first, and we're afraid of the world stigmatizing.
Yeah, labeling us. Absolutely.
With that type of nonsense, and then you leave me, and because now you know that. Oh my gosh, that's like just drop my heart on the ground.
Yeah, you can't breathe. You can't breathe.
Who is it to love me? Now, do I just come out and put it out on the first date, just in case if you interested and really like me and I like you too? Or now I may not get any interaction from you, because if I tell you initially, then you might leave right then. So sometimes, no, I'm gonna wait, because I want to have a little lovey-dovey something, or even if it's just a relationship, out to dinner, lunch, breakfast.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be any intimate.
You want to show them who you are first.
I want to yes.
So
and see what level of respect they have for for and value that they have
Right.
for you as a human, as a
Exactly.
being, as a
As
creative
the
being.
woman of this earth. We
Mm-hmm.
are your
Yes.
mothers. We are the
Yes.
mothers of your children.
Yes. Yes.
One thing
Yes.
that you would say,
Regardless.
Yes.
one thing that you would say
Absolutely.
to
And
those
it's a
that
man's job to lead. So
Yeah.
lead the way.
To lead with us.
one
Exactly. To lead with
one
us.
thing that you would say to those
Absolutely.
that
I'm not saying that women don't lead at all either now, but you know, yeah.
Absolutely.
one thing
Yes,
that
Trey.
one thing I want to know one thing that you would say to those that are completely ignorant, because some people, uh, obviously we all have cell phones, we all have access to computers, we all have access to the internet. It's 2024. I can
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
book a plane ticket to get anywhere across the world right now. Like it's not even
Exactly.
So we have all this access. My point is all this access that we have, and people are still uneducated, and some people refuse to learn, refuse to talk about it, whatever. What would you say to those
Yeah.
people that are uneducated on HIV and especially how far it's come?
Yeah.
Because it's not a death
Exactly.
sentence. It's not
Yeah.
over. It's not like what it used to be. So what would you
Yeah.
say to those
Exactly.
people? One
Well,
thing.
what I first is the question, why are you refusing to educate yourself?
Right.
It's your
Right.
answer where a lot of
Right.
people that ain't gonna happen to me. Well, why? Are you invincible?
Ah.
Anything could
Exactly.
happen to any one of us, no matter how much you think you walk in your
Careful.
life
Yeah.
so carefully.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anything could happen to
Exactly.
any one of us.
Anything. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
especially in the
Mm-hmm.
game of relations and love.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's true. It's true, Alva. It's true. It's true.
don't be afraid. Get educated. It's going to help
Yes.
you.
That
And
part.
it'll help
Yes.
if you have children. It helps us all
Mm-hmm.
to be
Everyone.
educated on these things.
Exactly.
To
Because
have
the children, our young people, our teenagers, it's there. It's there and across generations, it's there.
right,
And having these conversations like today
right,
and more and forthgoing.
right,
Oh,
right.
yes, Alva.
See, to be educated,
Yes.
we want so many,
Mhm.
many of us, if not all of us, we want so many changes and so many shifts, and we want this to be done differently, but we have to do it differently in order for it to be different. It doesn't go beyond you for even
Say
the
that one more time for us.
Yes,
Just say
please,
it one more
please,
time.
please. Yeah, that
Yeah.
right there. We have to be what?
So many of us want things done a different way, want it to change and want it done differently.
Mm-hmm.
But we
Mm-hmm.
have to do it differently in order
Yes.
for the difference to happen.
Yes.
It doesn't
Maybe
lie
say
in
here,
as
yeah.
many. When I
Yes.
say we, each individual, which makes a
Yes.
collective we, it
Yes.
doesn't fall to someone else before you because you say, "Oh, this needs to change." Well,
Exactly.
what are you gonna do to put in the
Yeah.
pot to change?
Yeah. You
Exactly.
can't. It's like you can't put put old wine in new bottles. It has to
Right.
be done
Now,
differently
look,
in
and
order for the impact and outcome to be different.
Right. And that doesn't
Absolutely.
necessarily mean that you have to partake in any split, but you just have to be part of it to be aware, to have understanding. And when we get educated, that opens up that broadens that mindset.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Listen, this has been, I tell you, Alva, for folks who tuned in tonight, listen,
Look,
I
I feel
know
like
you
I don't
got
know what
some
I'm saying.
stuff. Oh no, no,
you
no,
are
no,
so
no.
on point. When
You
you watch
know.
it back, you'll realize
You
how
know.
on point all of this is. I'm not
You
really giving it
know.
to you.
Exactly. And I tell you tonight, really, you have just leveled up and helped others to level up their ability again to do things differently so the outcome will be different. Definitely.
Mhm.
So here we are, and just thanking you for sharing tonight and making a difference in the remarkable path that you are taking and the significant strides that is happening as we speak. And we know tonight that those of you who are watching Dr. K and I believe live from Uncut and
You
Live,
don't have to guess.
and,
Hold on. I got you. You don't even have to
and
guess.
Lady Margaret.
All right. Starting at the top,
exactly.
Margaret Gray. She says,
Mhm.
always on board with you guys. Got your back.
Absolutely.
Amethyst 1147 says sometimes we have to lose it in order to find ourselves. My grandmother left another comment. My grandmother, she left another comment. She said,
absolutely.
We have to get a new start on a clean slate. Start over fresh. God closes one door and always opens another to make change.
Amen.
Exactly.
Kenneth Clark from DMV Live Uncut Productions, one of my friends.
Yes, Dr.
Great
King.
evening, everyone. He was greeting everyone at first, but I didn't want to interrupt because today
absolutely, absolutely,
you know,
absolutely, family.
Yes, yes, that's what I love. Yeah,
absolutely.
She says, God is good. We all need to hear this testimony. We're going to church up in here, country style. Kenneth also said, this is great stuff. Thank you, Kenny. This is what we're trying. I've been wanting to do this for Chef Hour before all that you said was even before you told us anything about what you're trying to do. I've loved your energy since the first time that you was on here.
Exactly.
So I wanted to get another, and I was telling her also that this is something that I want her to be able to watch back to herself. We would love you to be able to share it or want to share it with other people and things of that nature, but I first want you to enjoy what you watch when you play this back. I want this to be your push-off. This is your push-off from us. We are still there. We're not pushing you out the nest or nothing like that.
All right.
We're still giving you that send-off because you at the point of, you're at the point now where you're ready to take back off and get back into the game. And I've always wanted to make sure that we caught you before you get into anything as a send-off of a team around you, of people that look like you, both male and female that look like you, that are happy to see you do what you do. So
exactly. Exactly. We love you. We love you, Alva.
And I love you guys.
We love you. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, Lady Margaret. All right, my big sister Margaret. Yes. And everybody who's been there with us in the trenches, Alva, you in the trenches and you digging some new places and you're going some new places and we're with you on it, and anything that we can do that God has empowered us to do, we're in. We're there.
My grandmother
because we're all the voice.
Absolutely. Bring her back.
Bring her back. Absolutely. Bring her back. She coming back.
All right, Grandma.
She coming back. She's coming back. That's Big Sister Margaret. All right, Big Sister Margaret. As she would say, holla.
Yeah, holla, exactly.
And she would say, holla.
Anything, Chef, that you want to say before we close out? We was going to give you about that hour time. I just wanted to make sure that you were able to cover everything that you wanted to cover, everything that came to mind, even making sure that we reached like the question about things that you had to say to the people about your movements and where you are. So I'm glad that you were able, in my opinion, to touch on. Do you feel like you were able to touch on all that you wanted to touch on? Because we can always continue this.
We can. That's the thing. I never tried to. It's all right if we have more to go on, because that's the journey.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. She coming back.
Make ourselves too fat in one sitting, right?
Absolutely. She's coming back because the experience is gonna change. So she have to come back. The testimony is going to increase.
Like you gave a good taste, as long as you felt like you gave a good taste of where the past, the present, and where you headed. That's all I wanted from this.
The closing is that this is another route of growth for me. At this point, I'm realizing that, and I'm embracing it, and to keep in the walk for it to happen the way God has it to happen. I have I went back to school.
Yes, that part.
Shout out to school. Shout out to going back.
In theology. So I'm online attending Regent University, which the campus is in Virginia. And
what? My hometown. Oh my God.
I'm gonna get my bachelor's in leadership studies and theology.
What?
That's really
excellent.
Good. So I'm doing and everything that's happening in my life right now, even conditions that I don't really like, but I'm staying with it, but I'm fighting for it. And it's not just for myself, it's for others too. And definitely that I'm running into all these housing and these landlords that have their lacks.
Absolutely.
But I'm staying humble in it, and I'm realizing that that's part of the calling, and for me to do that. So sometimes when we're in a bad experience, or you just sit in peace with God and listen and look at the experience, learn from the experience, and do something about the experience.
Exactly. Exactly.
You better say that.
That's so good.
Yeah.
My God. So listen
grateful
now.
to be able to do it.
Yeah, we're coming
Yeah.
back. We are coming back. We're coming back, and Alva's
All
gonna
right.
be back with us another day, and share the even greater testimonies and experiences and teaching. Because now she's talking about teaching us how to live, teaching you how to live through the most extreme situation. Now you know with extreme situations, God always blesses us with extreme tools,
Yes.
extreme strategies. So it's all right.
I know that's right.
It's
Yes,
all right.
it is.
It's all
Yes,
right.
It is quite all right.
Yes, it
So
is.
listen, we love you like no other, and we thank everybody for coming through, and keep coming through. You gotta come through.
Definitely.
Remember, you've got to accept the challenge. Once you accept the challenge, you will get the tools that you need to make it through, to make it happen.
That's right. That's right.
Yes, you will. And this is Mental Health Awareness Month. And for those of you, please don't forget, keep advocating for good mental health. Keep advocating for life.
Yes.
This is what we're here for, to advocate for life. And just not just hang in there, but just be mindful of the mind shift. Let your
Just
mind
stop it.
go where it belongs.
Just stop it.
Definitely.
Get to it.
Definitely.
Get with it. Get through it. Just
Yeah.
stop it.
Absolutely. And
Yes.
she's
Yes.
definitely on it. She's definitely on it. Yes. Now, so again, we just thank, and all the May birthday babies, all of the May people, those who are graduating or the graduates. Chef Alva says she's going back to school. You
Yeah.
understand? So
I
she
have
got
gone
another
back
chapter.
to
She's
school.
in school.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has
yes.
gone back to school.
Yeah.
And so
Already
she's
doing it.
making some more changes. You know, education is key. And she's now moving in leadership, and being a good leader is equally as important as everything else. You know, God teaches us how to be a leader and a follower, and what's necessary in leadership. So that is like best life ever.
Much
So
love to you, Chef Alva.
Yes, Alva, much love
you,
to
Trey.
you.
Love you. That's my
Absolutely.
Pam Pam.
Yes,
Professor Pam
absolutely.
Pam.
Listen, Pam, I
Yeah.
just love the Pam because nobody knows
I'm gonna
me
roll that
but
introduction back again.
Pam like that. And
Yes.
the folks who I grew up with.
that,
But Alva,
that video that I
she's
played.
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna play that
I
again
love
at the
it.
end so people can see it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I thank
Yes.
y'all so much for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Alva.
And the energy is good. It's very comfortable for me. It's very supportive
be.
and encouraging.
Thank
Yeah,
Absolutely,
for me and for,
absolutely.
I think for us all, yes.
Thank you so much. So
Encouraging.
listen,
This is
Pam
encouraging
Lee.
one to another for sure.
Absolutely. And as we continue to encourage each other, you guys also, you know, we thank you for just staying with us with YouTube, continue to supporting us with YouTube, and continue to support us. We are now at we have our new website at juststopit.ms.com. Again, you guys have seen it rolling across the screen at Just Stop It MS. M as in mom, S as in Sam.com. So go there. You can also share some of your stories, share your testimonies, share some stuff you want us to talk about. You know, these are teaching moments. These are living moments. We're trying to live in a moment and learn how to live. We are living to learn, and we are learning to live. And Alva, you are one of the greatest teachers among others, because that's who Jesus was. You rocking in his footprint, and we love you for that. We love you. Just stop it. This is what we do. We just stop it. We just stop the mayhem. We stop the hoo-ha. That's what we do. That's what the villagers do. We make it real.
Good video, yeah. Good stream, y'all.
We make it happen.
Great stream.
All right
Oh my
now,
God.
absolutely. So until next week, you guys pop in. Trey, anything for the pit stop?
Of course, I'm gonna wrap this up quickly because you know we hitting up our mark, and you know how I do when it comes to time. But this is Chef Alva's time, so you know tonight doesn't matter. We in control, so we stop it when we want to stop it. We roll it as long as we want to roll it. But our shows on Wednesdays are the pit stop. I named it the pit stop because it's just a quick interaction. It's a chance for you to just unwind with us. Consider it to be like a mental health check-in. You know, unwind, a middle of the week type of, you know, hey, what's up, what's going on? So we just recap really and let you know what's going on the previous Sunday, what happened, and what's going to happen on the following Sunday. So the Pit Stop show is Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8, and we have the main show, which is Just Stop It, our name, that's us. Just Stop It. We get into it, get with it, get through it on Sundays from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you can catch us on the next one on Wednesday, 7:30.
Absolutely, absolutely. And for those of you who missed it tonight, that's okay. It'll be online. It'll be at YouTube, and we're gonna give you some more tidbits on Wednesday too. So that's all right. If you missed it, believe me, this is a great takeaway for you to live the life of freedom, because tonight was also about freedom. Our Queen Alva, our Chef Alva taught us what it really means to be free while you're passing through. So yes, Alva, free flying like what? The eagles that we are. I love it.
Soaring like an eagle. That's it. That's
exactly.
Right.
All right now. So we're out. We're out, family, and we love you like no other.
Bye, y'all.
All right, Alva. Thank you so much.
I'm ready.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
absolutely.
I did.
So we know you're coming back.
Of course.
We know you're coming back.
Love you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. We love you too.
See you later.
All right now, family. In a while.
All right. That was a great show, Professor. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Yes,
Kenny,
absolutely.
Actually, I'm going to roll the comments if you guys want to check one of the previews that we had before our countdown of Chef Alva in it. So thank you to those that have hung on for this amount of time. But I'm going to replay that towards the end when I drop us on the screen so you can watch one of the previous shows. A little clip from, I can't remember, was it show number 22 for Just Stop It, I believe, if I'm not mistaken?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to play that back at the end just so you guys can watch that as a little closing.
All right.
So I'm going to take us off the screen and I'm going to give that to them, okay?
All right. All right. In a while.
All right. In a while. All right. Getting it done anywhere. I'm in the Burger King doing the live 215 away from home, but it's going to get done either way. So thank y'all for watching. Much appreciated. Be sure to stay tuned to watch the preview that I wrote across the screen before our countdown of Chef Alva. I'm glad she enjoyed herself. I'm glad she was able to give her spill. Please remember to stop by the link for the hummingbirds, and we'll see you soon. 7:30 Wednesday. Bye, y'all.
Producer, our Trey
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yes,
I'm good, y'all.
Absolutely.
I'm good.
It's good. Good to see you.
And my favorite person coming up. Go ahead and introduce her. Go ahead, Roy. Go fix your glasses. I see you in the background. Fix your glasses.
Our own. Well, she's one of my sheroes. She's one of my sheroes. She is a phenomenal woman, and listen, to say the least, I just can't tell you enough. She's going to tell you more. But I am privileged. We are privileged, should I say, to
so glad to have you back.
Her and glad to have her with us tonight. She's always in there in the trenches with us, you know, from beginning to the end, and we're just happy to have her tonight. This is our shero, my own. And she calls me Pam Pam. I love you, Alva. Our Chef Alva of the Hummingbirds. She's got a lot more hot stuff coming at you today.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Chef?
What's going on? First, let me say,
this is
what
our
a
Chef
wonderful
Alva.
introduction.
We love you like no other girl, as God does. Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You like me that much.
Of course, of course. I was happy to have you back.
Yes,
and we love you.
Alva, Trayvon talks about you all the time. We all talk about you. You really are phenomenal, and you have so much to give that people don't even know. Just a friendly disclaimer, we're not a medical advice. We do not subscribe to medical advice. We are sharing information. Just a friendly disclaimer, we're not a medical advice. We do not subscribe to medical advice. We are sharing information to enhance your life, to enhance your mental health. And again, this is just a friendly disclaimer. Anything concerning our videos is not intended for a medical professional. It does not replace any medical professional advice. Please seek your medical professional team for anything concerning your mental health, physical health. Again, we are here for you.